The Magic of Simple Living, written and published by Ngasline. Life begins as a miracle, a simple yet profound event that marks our entry into this vast and complex world. Each of us arrives with nothing but our existence, pure and untainted by the complications that modern life eventually brings. This beautiful beginning serves as a reminder that at our core, we are meant to live simply, naturally, and authentically. As we explore the concept of simple living, it's essential to recognize that our very existence is a gift. We didn't choose the time, place, or circumstances of our birth. Yet here we are, breathing, thinking, and experiencing life in all its wonder. This fundamental truth helps us understand that many of the complexities we face are often self-imposed or societally constructed, rather than inherent to our existence. The journey towards simple living begins with acknowledging our place in the world. We are part of something larger than ourselves, a complex web of life, relationships, and experiences that connects us all. Yet, within this vastness, each person occupies a unique space, bringing their own perspective and potential to the world. Understanding this dual nature of our existence, being both significant and humble, helps us approach life with the right balance of confidence and humility. Our birth marks the beginning of our personal story, but it also connects us to the generations that came before. Our ancestors lived simpler lives, closer to nature and more in tune with the natural rhythms of the world. While we can't fully return to their way of life, we can learn from their wisdom and incorporate elements of their simplicity into our modern existence. The gift of being born extends beyond mere physical existence. It includes the capacity to think, feel, learn, and grow. These inherent abilities are our tools for creating a meaningful life, and they don't require external complications or artificial enhancements to function. Just as a newborn naturally knows how to breathe, our basic instincts guide us toward what truly matters in life. Starting your simplicity journey requires returning to this state of natural being. It means stripping away the layers of complexity that society has wrapped around our existence. This doesn't mean rejecting modern conveniences or progress, but rather questioning which aspects of contemporary life truly serve our well-being and which merely add unnecessary complexity. Consider how a baby approaches the world with curiosity, openness, and presence in the moment. These natural qualities often get buried under the weight of adult responsibilities and societal expectations, yet they remain within us, waiting to be rediscovered and applied to our quest for simpler living. The process of simplifying begins with recognition, acknowledging that we were born into this world equipped with everything we truly need for a fulfilling life. Our basic needs are simple: food, shelter, love, and connection. Everything beyond these fundamentals should be evaluated for its true value in our lives. As we embrace simple living, we honor the gift of our existence by choosing to live deliberately and consciously. We recognize that being born into this world gives us both rights and responsibilities, the right to pursue happiness and fulfillment, and the responsibility to do so in a way that respects our natural environment and fellow beings. Every morning when you wake up, you're given another opportunity to approach life with the same wonder and simplicity you had at birth. Each day offers a new chance to choose simplicity over complexity, authenticity over artifice, and conscious living over mindless consumption. Your birth was the beginning of a unique story, one that you continue to write with every choice you make. Awareness, skills, and natural talents. Each of us enters this world with a unique set of abilities and potential waiting to be discovered. These innate gifts form the foundation of our journey toward simple living, as understanding and embracing our natural talents allows us to move through life with greater ease and authenticity. Self-awareness serves as the gateway to discovering these inherent capabilities. It begins with quiet observation of ourselves, noting what activities energize us, which tasks we naturally excel at, and what kinds of work make time seem to disappear. This awareness develops gradually, like a photograph slowly coming into focus, through daily reflection and mindful attention to our experiences. patterns begin to emerge that point toward our natural inclinations. Our natural talents often reveal themselves in subtle ways during childhood. Perhaps you were the one who could easily comfort others in distress, or maybe you could intuitively solve puzzles that stumped your peers. These early signs of our gifts often get buried under layers of societal expectations and formal education, but they remain within us, waiting to be rediscovered and developed. The process of uncovering our skills requires patience and honest self-reflection. It involves looking beyond what we've been trained to do and instead examining what we naturally do well. Some people possess an innate ability to organize spaces, while others might have a natural gift for storytelling or an intuitive understanding of mechanical systems. These talents, when recognized and nurtured, become powerful tools for creating a simpler, more fulfilling life. Developing self-awareness extends beyond identifying our talents. It includes understanding our limitations and preferences as well. Knowing when we work best, what environments support our productivity, and which situations drain our energy helps us design a life that works with our natural rhythms rather than against them. This knowledge allows us to structure our days and make choices that align with our authentic selves. Using our gifts purposefully transforms them from mere abilities into meaningful contributions to the world. When we apply our natural talents to serve others or create value, we experience a profound sense of satisfaction that no external reward can match. This alignment between our abilities and our actions reduces the friction and complexity that often characterizes modern life. The journey of developing our skills requires regular practice and dedication. Even natural talents need refinement to reach their full potential. However, this development process feels different when we're working with our innate abilities rather than forcing ourselves to master skills that don't align with our natural inclinations. The learning curve feels more like a gentle slope than a steep cliff. Our talents also serve as compass points guiding us toward our authentic path in life. When we build our lives around our natural abilities, decisions become clearer and choices simpler. We can more easily distinguish between opportunities that will nurture our growth and those that might lead us astray from our true nature. The intersection of awareness, skills, and natural talents creates a sweet spot where simple living flourishes. In this space, we don't need to constantly push or prove ourselves. Instead, we can flow with our natural capabilities, allowing them to guide our actions and choices. This approach naturally eliminates much of the complexity and struggle that comes from trying to be someone we're not. As we deepen our understanding of ourselves and our innate gifts, we often discover that we need less than we thought to live a fulfilling life. Our natural talents, when properly channeled, provide a source of satisfaction that reduces our dependence on external sources of validation or happiness. This recognition supports the foundation of simple living. The understanding that true contentment comes not from accumulating more, but from being more fully ourselves. Life becomes remarkably simpler when we stop fighting against our nature and instead learn to work with it. By embracing our authentic talents and developing them mindfully, we create a natural pathway to a more meaningful and uncomplicated existence. This awareness forms the bedrock upon which we can build a life that feels both effortless and deeply satisfying. The power of good health. Good health forms the foundation of a simple and fulfilling life. When our bodies and minds function optimally, we can fully embrace life's experiences and navigate daily challenges with grace. The journey to good health doesn't require complex regimens or expensive solutions. It's about returning to basic principles that have served humanity for generations. Physical well-being starts with movement. Our bodies were designed to be active, yet modern life often chains us to desks and screens. Simple activities like walking, stretching, or dancing can transform our health. These natural movements don't require special equipment or memberships. They simply ask us to listen to our body's innate wisdom. Regular movement helps maintain a healthy weight, strengthens our muscles and bones, and boosts our energy levels. Nourishing our bodies with whole, unprocessed foods is another cornerstone of good health. The simple act of preparing meals from fresh ingredients connects us to our food and helps us appreciate its life. Giving properties. When we choose foods that grow from the earth and avoid artificial additives, we provide our bodies with the nutrients they need to thrive. This doesn't mean adhering to strict diets or eliminating joy from eating. It's about finding balance and pleasure in natural, wholesome foods. Sleep, often overlooked in our busy world, plays a crucial role in maintaining good health. Creating a simple bedtime routine, disconnecting from electronics, and allowing our bodies to rest properly can dramatically improve our overall well-being. Quality sleep repairs our bodies, consolidates memories, and prepares us for the day ahead. It's nature's reset button, available to everyone at no cost. Mental health deserves equal attention in our pursuit of well-being. In today's fast-paced world, our minds are constantly bombarded with information, demands, and stressors. Taking time for quiet reflection, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence, allows our minds to process and reset. These moments of stillness aren't luxury. They're necessary for maintaining mental clarity and emotional balance. Breathing, something we do automatically thousands of times each day, can become a powerful tool for health when done consciously. Deep, mindful breathing reduces stress, oxygenates our bodies, and helps us stay present. It's a simple practice that can be done anywhere at any time, requiring nothing but awareness. The connection between physical and mental health is undeniable. When we exercise, our bodies release endorphins that boost mood. When we eat, well, our brains function better. When we sleep properly, our emotional resilience improves. This holistic approach to health recognizes that every aspect of our well-being is interconnected. Creating simple, sustainable health habits is more effective than pursuing dramatic transformations. Small changes, consistently maintained, lead to lasting improvements in health. Drinking enough water, taking regular breaks to move, spending time outdoors, and maintaining good posture are simple habits that yield significant benefits over time. Social connections also play a vital role in our health. Engaging in meaningful conversations, sharing laughter with friends, and maintaining strong relationships contribute to our well-being in ways that medicine cannot replicate. These connections don't require elaborate social calendars. They thrive in simple, authentic interactions. The magic of good health lies in its simplicity. Our bodies are remarkably resilient and capable of healing when we provide them with basic care. By focusing on fundamental health practices, movement, nutrition, sleep, mental wellness, and social connections, we create a strong foundation for simple living. This foundation enables us to fully engage with life, pursue our passions, and maintain the energy needed to care for ourselves and others. Good health isn't about perfection or complexity. It's about returning to the essential practices that allow our bodies and minds to function as nature intended. Knowledge as cornerstone. The journey to simple living begins with understanding that knowledge serves as the foundation upon which we build our lives. In a world that often prioritizes quick fixes and superficial solutions, developing a deep and practical understanding of the world around us becomes increasingly vital. True knowledge goes beyond mere information accumulation. It's about gaining wisdom that enhances our daily lives and helps us make better choices. Learning is a lifelong pursuit that enriches our existence in countless ways. When we approach knowledge acquisition with intention and purpose, we discover that it naturally simplifies our lives rather than complicating them. This happens because true understanding allows us to make informed decisions, solve problems efficiently, and navigate life's challenges with greater ease. Essential knowledge for simple living encompasses practical skills that our ancestors took for granted, but many have lost touch with today. Basic home maintenance, cooking from scratch, growing food, managing finances, and understanding natural cycles are all valuable areas of knowledge that support a simpler lifestyle. These fundamental skills reduce our dependence on external services and empower us to meet our needs more directly. Beyond practical skills, developing emotional intelligence and self-knowledge proves equally crucial. Understanding our own patterns, triggers, and responses helps us create environments and routines that support our well-being. This self-awareness allows us to make choices aligned with our values and avoid the complexities that arise from living unconsciously or reactively. The pursuit of knowledge should be guided by curiosity and genuine interest rather than social pressure or arbitrary standards. Reading widely, engaging in meaningful conversations, and learning from experienced practitioners in various fields can all contribute to our understanding. The key is to focus on knowledge that serves a purpose in our lives and supports our journey toward simplicity. In our digital age, we have unprecedented access to information, but this abundance can become overwhelming. The art of simple living includes learning to discern which knowledge is truly valuable and relevant to our lives. This means developing the ability to filter through the noise and focus on what matters most. It's about quality over quantity, depth over breadth. Traditional wisdom often holds invaluable lessons for simple living. Our ancestors developed sustainable practices and solutions that stood the test of time. Studying these traditional approaches while adapting them to our modern context can provide practical insights for sustainable, simple living. Whether it's traditional food preservation methods, natural building techniques, or age-old wisdom about living in harmony with seasons, there's much to learn from the past. Knowledge sharing becomes an essential aspect of simple living. As we learn and grow, we have the opportunity to pass on our understanding to others, creating ripples of positive change in our communities. Teaching others what we know not only helps them, but also deepens our own understanding and creates meaningful connections. The pursuit of knowledge should never become a source of stress or complexity. Instead, it should feel like a natural extension of our curiosity about life and our desire to live more meaningfully. When we approach learning with this mindset, it becomes an enjoyable journey rather than a burden. Knowledge itself is meant to serve as a tool for simpler living, not become another source of complexity. The goal is to learn what truly matters and apply it in ways that enhance our lives and the lives of those around us. As we continue to learn and grow, we find that true knowledge often leads to greater simplicity, helping us focus on what's essential and let go of what's not. This ongoing journey of learning and application becomes one of the most rewarding aspects of living a simpler, more intentional life. Finding inner peace. In our fast-paced world, discovering inner peace often feels like searching for a mythical treasure. Yet this invaluable state of being lies within our reach, waiting to be uncovered through simple, mindful practices. The journey to inner peace begins with understanding that it's not about controlling external circumstances, but rather about cultivating a serene internal landscape. Meditation serves as a gateway to this peaceful realm. Starting with just 5 minutes of quiet sitting each day can transform our relationship with ourselves and the world around us. Find a comfortable spot, perhaps a corner of your bedroom or a peaceful nook in your garden. Close your eyes and focus on your breath, the gentle rhythm of inhaling and exhaling. When thoughts arise, acknowledge them without judgment and let them float away like clouds in the sky. This simple practice creates a foundation for deeper peace. Mindfulness in daily life extends beyond formal meditation sessions. It means bringing full awareness to ordinary moments. Feeling the warmth of water while washing dishes, noticing the play of sunlight through leaves during a morning walk, or savoring the aroma of fresh coffee. These small moments of presence anchor us in the now, preventing our minds from wandering into worried thoughts about the future or regrets about the past. Creating mental space requires deliberate choices about how we spend our time and energy. Consider the impact of constant digital connectivity on your peace of mind. Set boundaries around technology use, perhaps designating certain hours as offline time or creating tech-free zones in your home. This digital minimalism opens up space for quiet reflection and genuine connection with yourself and others. The practice of letting go plays a crucial role in finding inner peace. We often carry unnecessary mental baggage, old grudges, perceived slights, or attachment to outcomes beyond our control. Release these burdens by writing them down, then burning or shredding the paper as a symbolic act of letting go. This physical ritual can help create emotional freedom and mental clarity. Cultivate a peaceful environment that supports your inner state. Declutter your physical space, as external chaos often reflects and contributes to internal turbulence. Choose colors, textures, and objects that bring you a sense of calm. Perhaps create a small meditation corner with a comfortable cushion, a few meaningful objects, and some living plants. This dedicated space becomes a sanctuary for peace and reflection. Movement can be another path to inner peace. Gentle practices like yoga, Tai Chi, or simple stretching help release physical tension that often accompanies mental stress. These mindful movements create a bridge between body and mind, fostering a sense of harmony and balance. Even a slow, mindful walk can become a moving meditation that calms the mind and soothes the soul. Finding inner peace is not about achieving a perfect, trouble-free life. Instead, it's about developing the capacity to remain centered and calm amid life's inevitable challenges. Like a deep lake that remains still below despite surface waves, we can cultivate an inner stillness that persists through external disturbances. Practice self-compassion as you pursue inner peace. Some days will feel more peaceful than others, and that's perfectly natural. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. When you notice yourself becoming tense or anxious, pause and take a few deep breaths. This simple act can help reset your nervous system and return you to a more peaceful state. Inner peace grows stronger with consistent practice and patience. Each moment of mindfulness, each conscious breath, each act of letting go builds upon the last, creating a sustainable foundation for lasting tranquility. This peace becomes not just a temporary state, but a way of being, transforming how you move through the world and interact with others. Building self-worth. Self-worth forms the foundation of a fulfilling and simple life. It's not about achieving external validation or collecting accolades. Rather, it's about developing a deep, unshakable sense of your inherent value as a human being. In our complex modern world, we often tie our worth to our accomplishments, possessions, or others' opinions. This creates an endless cycle of seeking approval and validation that complicates our lives unnecessarily. True self-worth begins with self-respect. This means treating yourself with the same kindness and consideration you would offer a dear friend. It involves speaking to yourself with compassion, acknowledging your efforts, and accepting your imperfections as part of being human. Simple daily practices can nurture this self-respect. Taking time for self-care, honoring your needs, and celebrating small victories without waiting for external recognition. Personal boundaries are crucial in building and maintaining self-worth. These invisible lines define what we will and won't accept in our relationships and daily interactions. Setting clear boundaries isn't selfish. It's an act of self-respect that simplifies our lives by eliminating unnecessary drama and emotional strain. This might mean saying no to additional commitments when your plate is full, speaking up when something doesn't feel right, or choosing to spend time with people who uplift rather than drain you. Living authentically is another vital aspect of building self-worth. This means aligning your actions with your values and being true to yourself rather than molding yourself to fit others' expectations. When you live authentically, decision-making becomes simpler because you're guided by your internal compass rather than external pressures. This might involve choosing a career that reflects your values, even if it's not the most prestigious option, or expressing yourself honestly in relationships instead of trying to be who you think others want you to be. The practice of self-worth also involves recognizing and owning your achievements without diminishing them. Many people have a habit of downplaying their successes or attributing them to luck rather than their own efforts. Acknowledging your capabilities and contributions doesn't mean becoming arrogant. It means having a realistic and appreciative view of your own worth and abilities. Physical space can reflect and affect our sense of self-worth. Creating an environment that honors and supports you is a tangible way to reinforce your value. This might mean keeping your living space clean and organized, surrounding yourself with items that bring you joy and meaning, or creating a dedicated space for activities that nourish your soul. Relationships play a crucial role in building self-worth. Choose to spend time with people who recognize and respect your value, who encourage your growth, and who accept you as you are. Distance yourself from relationships that consistently undermine your sense of worth or demand that you compromise your values and boundaries. Building self-worth also involves developing resilience in the face of setbacks and criticism. Your worth isn't determined by your mistakes or others' opinions of you. When faced with challenges or negative feedback, maintain perspective by focusing on your core values and the bigger picture of your life journey. The practice of gratitude can significantly enhance self-worth. Take time each day to appreciate your unique qualities, acknowledge your growth, and recognize the value you bring to the world. This isn't about inflating your ego, but about maintaining a balanced and appreciative view of yourself. A strong sense of self-worth simplifies life by reducing the need for external validation and complex coping mechanisms. When you truly value yourself, you make choices from a place of self-respect rather than fear or insecurity. This leads to clearer decisions, healthier relationships, and a more authentic way of living. Building self-worth is a journey, not a destination. It requires consistent practice and patience, but the resulting simplicity and peace make it well worth the effort. Cultivating true happiness. True happiness isn't found in the fleeting pleasures of material possessions or external achievements. It emerges from a deeper well of contentment and meaningful experiences that simple living naturally creates. When we strip away the complexities and distractions of modern life, we discover that genuine joy often resides in the smallest moments and simplest pleasures. Understanding true happiness begins with recognizing that it's not a constant state of euphoria, but rather a gentle undercurrent of contentment that flows beneath our daily experiences. It's the warm satisfaction of sharing a home-cooked meal with loved ones, the peaceful solitude of an early morning walk, or the quiet pride of nurturing a small garden. These moments might seem ordinary, but they contain the essence of authentic joy. Creating meaningful moments doesn't require grand gestures or expensive adventures. It's about being fully present in each experience and appreciating the beauty in ordinary situations. When we slow down enough to savor our morning coffee, listen intently to a friend's story, or watch a sunset without reaching for our phones, we tap into a reservoir of genuine happiness that exists naturally within our lives. The practice of contentment is central to cultivating true happiness. This doesn't mean settling for less or suppressing desires for growth, but rather finding peace and satisfaction in our current circumstances while remaining open to life's natural evolution. Contentment comes from acknowledging that we have enough, that we are enough, and that this moment is enough. Simple living provides the perfect foundation for developing this contentment. By clearing away excess possessions, commitments, and mental clutter, we create space for joy to flourish. We begin to notice the small pleasures that we previously rushed past. The sound of rainfall, the comfort of clean sheets, the satisfaction of completing a task mindfully and well. Gratitude naturally emerges as we embrace simple living and seek true happiness. Each day brings countless opportunities to appreciate life's gifts: good health, loving relationships, shelter, nourishing food, and the ability to experience the world through our senses. This appreciation isn't forced or mechanical, but flows naturally from our increased awareness of life's inherent abundance. Relationships play a crucial role in authentic happiness. When we simplify our lives, we have more time and energy to invest in meaningful connections. These might be deep conversations with friends, playful moments with children, or quiet companionship with a partner. The joy that comes from genuine human connection far surpasses any temporary pleasure derived from material pursuits. Creative expression and personal growth also contribute to lasting happiness. Simple living provides the space and freedom to explore our interests, develop new skills, and engage in activities that bring us genuine satisfaction. Whether it's writing, gardening, cooking, or crafting, These pursuits connect us to our authentic selves and generate sustainable joy. The path to true happiness through simple living isn't always easy. It requires us to challenge societal messages about what should make us happy and to resist the pull of consumerism and constant stimulation. However, as we gradually align our lives with our values and focus on what truly matters, we discover a deeper, more sustainable form of happiness. This authentic joy becomes a compass that guides our choices and actions. We naturally gravitate toward experiences and relationships that nourish our souls and away from those that drain our energy or contradict our values. We learn to trust our inner wisdom about what brings us genuine happiness rather than following external prescriptions for success and fulfillment. Through simple living, we create the conditions for true happiness to flourish. Space for reflection, time for meaningful connections, opportunities for creative expression, and freedom from the burden of excess. This happiness isn't dependent on external circumstances, but grows naturally from our conscious choice to live with intention, authenticity, and appreciation for life's simple pleasures. Developing integrity. Integrity forms the backbone of a simple and meaningful life. When we live with integrity, our actions align perfectly with our values, creating a seamless flow between our inner beliefs and outer behaviors. This alignment brings an incredible sense of peace and authenticity to our daily experiences, making the path of simple living both natural and rewarding. Living with a clear conscience means making decisions that honor our deepest values, even when no one is watching. It's about choosing the right path, not because it's easy or convenient, but because it reflects who we truly are. This might mean speaking up when we witness injustice, keeping promises even when circumstances make them challenging to fulfill, or admitting our mistakes when we've wronged someone. These choices might seem difficult in the moment, but they contribute to a lighter heart and clearer mind, essential elements of simple living. Making ethical choices becomes easier when we establish clear personal guidelines. These guidelines aren't rigid rules imposed by others, but rather carefully considered principles that reflect our own moral compass. They help us navigate complex situations with grace and consistency. For instance, when faced with a decision, we might ask ourselves, does this action honor my values? Would I be comfortable if others knew about this choice? Does this decision contribute positively to the world around me? Trust is perhaps the most valuable currency in human relationships, and it's built through consistent displays of integrity. When others know they can rely on our word and count on our actions matching our promises, relationships become simpler and more meaningful. This reliability creates a foundation for authentic connections, reducing the need for complex explanations or elaborate justifications. People know where they stand with us, and we know where we stand with ourselves. Developing integrity also means acknowledging our imperfections and working to improve them. None of us is perfect, and pretending to be so actually diminishes our integrity. Instead, we can choose to be honest about our shortcomings while actively working to grow and learn from our mistakes. This honesty with ourselves and others creates a beautiful simplicity in our relationships and personal growth journey. In our professional lives, integrity simplifies decision-making and leadership. When we're known for our honest dealings and ethical choices, we don't need to maintain different personas for different situations. This consistency reduces stress and mental clutter, allowing us to focus our energy on what truly matters rather than managing various versions of ourselves. The practice of integrity extends to how we treat ourselves as well. It means keeping promises we make to ourselves, respecting our own boundaries, and honoring our personal values, even when it would be easier to compromise. This self-respect becomes the foundation for all other aspects of integrity in our lives. As we cultivate integrity, we naturally begin to attract others who share similar values. This creates a community of trust and mutual respect, where relationships can flourish without the complications of doubt or suspicion. In this environment, simple living becomes not just an individual practice, but a shared experience that enriches everyone involved. The beauty of developing integrity lies in its simplicity. There's no need for complex strategies or elaborate plans. It's about making consistent choices that align with our values, one decision at a time. Each choice builds upon the last, creating a strong foundation of trust and authenticity that supports every aspect of our lives. Integrity isn't about perfection. It's about intention and consistent effort. As we walk this path, we'll find that the clarity and peace it brings make every other aspect of simple living more accessible and meaningful. Our relationships become more genuine, our decisions become clearer, and our impact on the world becomes more positive. Nurturing relationships. In our quest for a simpler life, relationships stand as one of the most vital elements that bring meaning and joy to our existence. The connections we forge with others shape our experiences, provide support during challenging times, and celebrate our victories during moments of triumph. While modern life often pushes us toward digital connections and superficial interactions, the art of nurturing genuine relationships remains at the heart of simple living. Building meaningful bonds begins with presence and intention. When we interact with others, giving them our undivided attention creates a foundation for deeper connection. This means putting away our phones, maintaining eye contact, and truly listening to what others are saying. Simple gestures like remembering important details about someone's life, acknowledging their feelings, and showing genuine interest in their well-being can transform casual acquaintances into lasting friendships. Supporting others is another crucial aspect of nurturing relationships. This doesn't necessarily mean grand gestures or material assistance. Sometimes, the simplest acts of support make the most significant impact. Being there to listen without judgment, offering a helping hand during difficult times, or simply checking in regularly with those we care about. These small actions create a web of mutual support that enriches both parties involved. Creating community extends beyond our immediate circle of family and friends. It involves actively participating in our local environment, whether through neighborhood gatherings, community service, or shared interests groups. Simple living encourages us to build connections with those around us, creating a sense of belonging and shared purpose. This might mean joining a local garden club, participating in community cleanup efforts, or simply being a friendly presence in your neighborhood. The quality of our relationships often reflects the energy we invest in them. Regular communication, even if brief, helps maintain connection. This doesn't mean constant digital interaction, but rather meaningful exchanges that show we value the relationship. A handwritten note, a thoughtful phone call, or an impromptu visit can mean more than hundreds of text messages or social media interactions. In nurturing relationships, boundaries play an essential role. Simple living teaches us to be selective about our social commitments and to prioritize quality over quantity in our relationships. This means learning to say no when necessary and focusing our energy on connections that bring mutual growth and joy. It's about creating space for meaningful interactions while avoiding the drain of obligatory social engagements that don't serve our well-being. Forgiveness and understanding are crucial elements in maintaining healthy relationships. No relationship is perfect, and simple living embraces this reality. Rather than holding on to grudges or expecting perfection, we learn to accept others as they are, practice forgiveness when needed, and work through difficulties with patience and compassion. Creating traditions and shared experiences strengthens bonds over time. These don't need to be elaborate affairs, but rather simple, regular occasions for connection. A monthly dinner with friends, weekend walks with family, or annual celebrations create touchpoints that deepen relationships and build lasting memories. Technology, when used mindfully, can support relationship building rather than replace genuine connection. Video calls with distant loved ones, shared photo albums, or group chats can help maintain connections across distances. However, these tools should complement rather than substitute for real-world interactions. As we embrace simple living, we recognize that strong relationships require ongoing nurturing. Like a garden, they need regular attention, care, and occasional pruning to flourish. By investing time and energy in building and maintaining meaningful connections, we create a support network that enriches our lives and contributes to our overall well-being. These relationships become the cornerstone of a fulfilling, simple life, providing the human connection we all naturally seek and need. Nature's role. There's something profoundly transformative about stepping outside and feeling the gentle caress of a breeze or watching sunlight filter through leaves. Nature has always been humanity's original home, and in our quest for simple living, reconnecting with the natural world becomes not just a pleasure but a necessity. This connection grounds us, provides perspective, and offers countless opportunities for joy and healing. The modern world often separates us from nature with concrete walls and artificial lighting, but our bodies and minds still respond deeply to natural rhythms. When we spend time outdoors, our stress hormones decrease, our blood pressure normalizes, and our minds become clearer. These aren't just poetic observations. Scientific research consistently shows that exposure to nature improves both physical and mental well-being. Living simply means aligning ourselves with natural cycles. It means understanding that there's a time for activity and rest, just as there are seasons for growth and dormancy. By observing these natural patterns, we can better understand our own needs and rhythms. The sun rising and setting provides a natural framework for our daily routines, while the changing seasons offer opportunities to adjust our lifestyle, activities, and even our diet. Spending time in nature doesn't require grand adventures or expensive equipment. It can be as simple as taking a daily walk in a local park, tending to a small garden, or simply sitting outside to enjoy your morning coffee. These small acts of connection add up to create a profound shift in how we perceive our place in the world. When we regularly interact with the natural world, we begin to see ourselves not as separate from nature, but as part of it. Gardening, in particular, offers a perfect blend of natural connection and simple living principles. Whether you have a large backyard or just a few potted plants on a windowsill, growing something with your own hands provides a direct link to the earth's rhythms. It teaches patience, requires presence, and rewards careful attention with both beauty and often sustenance. The simple act of nurturing a plant from seed to harvest can be a meditation on the cycles of life and our role within them. Natural spaces also offer something increasingly rare in our modern world: silence, not the artificial quiet of a soundproofed room, but the living silence of wild places, filled with bird songs, rustling leaves, and flowing water. This kind of acoustic environment allows our minds to settle and our thoughts to clear, creating space for reflection and renewal. Understanding weather patterns and seasonal changes connects us to something larger than ourselves. It reminds us that we're part of a vast, interconnected system that operates on its own timeline. This perspective can help us release our need for constant control and instead learn to flow with natural rhythms. When we align our activities with these patterns, like rising with the sun, eating seasonal foods, and spending more time outdoors in fair weather, we often find that life becomes simpler and more satisfying. Environmental stewardship naturally emerges from this connection to nature. As we spend more time outdoors and understand our dependence on natural systems, we become more motivated to protect them. Simple living and environmental consciousness go hand in hand. Both encourage us to consume less, waste less, and appreciate more. The natural world also offers endless opportunities for wonder and learning. Each season brings new discoveries, from the first spring flowers to autumn's changing colors. Observing wildlife, watching clouds, or studying plant life can become rich sources of entertainment and education that require no special equipment or expertise, just attention and curiosity. By making nature a central part of our simple living practice, we create a life that's more balanced, sustainable, and deeply satisfying. We remember that we're part of something larger than ourselves, and in doing so, we often find that many of our perceived needs and complications fall away. Nature teaches us that simplicity isn't about deprivation. It's about finding our place within the natural order and allowing that connection to guide our choices and enrich our lives. Love and genuine connections. In a world increasingly dominated by superficial interactions and digital relationships, the art of cultivating genuine connections has become more valuable than ever. Love, in its purest form, serves as the foundation for meaningful relationships that enrich our lives and contribute to our journey of simple living. Authentic relationships begin with vulnerability and openness. When we remove the masks we often wear in social situations and allow ourselves to be seen for who we truly are, we create space for genuine connections to flourish. This involves sharing not just our successes and joy, but also our fears, doubts, and imperfections. Through this sharing, we discover that our perceived weaknesses often become the bridge that connects us with others who have similar experiences. Deep conversations form the cornerstone of meaningful relationships. Moving beyond small talk and surface level discussions opens doors to understanding others on a profound level. These conversations require presence, active listening, and genuine curiosity about others' perspectives and experiences. When we engage in deep dialogue, we learn not just about others, but also about ourselves, as these interactions often mirror our own thoughts and feelings. Building trust is a gradual process that requires consistent actions and honest communication. Trust develops when we follow through on our commitments, maintain confidentiality, and show up for others during both celebratory moments and challenging times. It's strengthened when we practice empathy, suspend judgment, and offer support without expecting anything in return. The simple living approach to relationships emphasizes quality over quantity. Rather than maintaining numerous shallow connections, focus on nurturing a select few meaningful relationships. These deep bonds provide emotional sustenance and create a support system that enhances our well-being. They also offer opportunities for personal growth as we learn from others' experiences and perspectives. Genuine connections also require regular maintenance and attention. Just as a garden needs consistent care to flourish, relationships need nurturing through regular communication, shared experiences, and mutual support. This doesn't mean constant interaction, but rather meaningful engagement that acknowledges and celebrates the unique bond between individuals. In the context of simple living, authentic relationships help us stay grounded and connected to what truly matters. They provide a mirror for self-reflection and growth while offering support during life's challenges. These connections remind us that we're not alone in our journey and that shared experiences, whether joyful or difficult, become more meaningful when experienced together. Technology can support genuine connections when used mindfully. While digital communication tools can help maintain relationships across distances, they should complement rather than replace face-to-face interactions. Simple living encourages finding balance in how we use technology to nurture relationships while ensuring that screen time doesn't overshadow genuine human connection. Creating space for genuine connections often requires setting boundaries and making conscious choices about how we spend our time and energy. This might mean declining social obligations that don't align with our values or stepping back from relationships that drain rather than energize us. By being selective about our relationships and how we invest in them, we create room for deeper, more meaningful connections to flourish. Love and genuine connections form the heartbeat of a well-lived life. They provide the emotional foundation that supports our journey toward simplicity and contentment. When we prioritize authentic relationships and invest in building trust, we create a network of support that enriches our lives and contributes to our overall well-being. These connections remind us that while simple living might mean having less in terms of material possessions, it often leads to having more of what truly matters: meaningful relationships and genuine love, creating lasting memories. Life moves swiftly, and our experiences shape who we become. In the rush of modern living, we often forget to pause and capture the meaningful moments that make our journey unique. Creating lasting memories isn't about orchestrating perfect scenarios or planning elaborate events. It's about being present and intentional with the time we have. The art of making moments count begins with presence. When we're fully engaged in an experience, whether it's a quiet morning coffee ritual or a heartfelt conversation with a loved one, we create deeper imprints in our memory. These authentic moments, free from digital distractions and mental clutter, become the building blocks of our life story. Think about the memories that stand out from your childhood or recent past. Often, they're not the expensive gifts or carefully planned occasions, but rather the spontaneous laughter shared with friends, the comfort of a parent's embrace, or the quiet satisfaction of achieving a personal goal. These moments stick with us because they touch our hearts and align with our values. Recording experiences doesn't always mean taking photographs or videos, though these can be valuable tools. Sometimes, the most precious memories are preserved through other sensory connections. The smell of grandma's kitchen, the sound of waves at your favorite beach, or the texture of your child's favorite blanket. By engaging all our senses, we create richer, more vivid memories that stand the test of time. Journaling offers another powerful way to capture life's meaningful moments. Writing about our experiences, thoughts, and feelings helps us process them more deeply and creates a tangible record we can revisit. A simple notebook can become a treasure trove of memories, holding not just the events themselves, but also our reflections and growth through different life stages. Sharing stories strengthens both our memories and our connections with others. When we share our experiences, we not only reinforce them in our own minds, but also create bonds through shared understanding and empathy. Family gatherings, friend reunions, or even quiet conversations can become opportunities to weave our individual stories into the larger tapestry of shared experience. Creating lasting memories also involves being selective about what we choose to remember. While our brains naturally record both positive and negative experiences, we can consciously focus on capturing and reinforcing the moments that bring joy, growth, and meaning to our lives. This doesn't mean ignoring difficult times, but rather finding the valuable lessons and moments of connection within them. Simple living provides the perfect foundation for memory making because it creates space for genuine experiences. When we're not overwhelmed by possessions, commitments, and digital noise, we can better notice and appreciate the small moments that make life beautiful. A simplified lifestyle allows us to focus on what truly matters and create memories around our core values and relationships. The practice of creating lasting memories also involves letting go of the pressure to make every moment Instagram worthy. Real memories are often messy, imperfect, and wonderfully human. They're found in the morning routine with your family, the weekly call with an old friend, or the quiet evening walk in your neighborhood. These ordinary moments, when approached with mindfulness and appreciation, become the extraordinary memories that shape our lives. Consider creating simple rituals or traditions that can serve as memory anchors. These don't need to be elaborate. Perhaps it's reading a bedtime story each night, having Sunday dinner with family, or taking an annual trip to a special place. These repeated experiences create a rhythm to life and provide regular opportunities for connection and memory making. Lasting memories are created not just for ourselves, but for those we love. The stories we share, the traditions we maintain, and the moments we celebrate become part of our legacy, influencing future generations and contributing to the broader narrative of our families and communities. By consciously creating and preserving meaningful memories, we enrich not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. Finding purpose. Living a simple life becomes infinitely more meaningful when you discover and align with your life's purpose. Purpose isn't necessarily a grand mission that changes the world. It's the unique contribution you're designed to make through your existence. Your purpose emerges from the intersection of your natural abilities, passionate interests, and the needs of those around you. Many people struggle to identify their purpose because they're looking for something dramatic or world-changing. However, purpose often reveals itself in quiet moments of reflection and through paying attention to what consistently brings you joy and satisfaction. It might be teaching others, creating beautiful spaces, solving technical problems, or nurturing growth in people or plants. The key is to notice what activities make you lose track of time and leave you feeling energized rather than depleted. Your purpose naturally aligns with your core values, those fundamental beliefs that guide your decisions and behavior. Take time to identify these values by reflecting on moments when you felt most alive and fulfilled. Were you helping others? Creating something new? solving complex problems, standing up for justice. These peak experiences often point toward your authentic purpose. Making an impact doesn't require grandiose gestures or global reach. Sometimes, the most profound impact comes from consistent small actions that ripple outward through your immediate sphere of influence. A teacher might profoundly shape hundreds of young lives over a career. A gardener might transform neighborhoods one beautiful landscape at a time. A good listener might help countless people feel heard and understood. Living with purpose requires regular alignment checks between your daily actions and your core mission. This doesn't mean every moment must be directly tied to your purpose, but rather that the general direction of your life supports your deeper calling. Simple living creates space for this alignment by eliminating distractions and unnecessary commitments that pull you off course. Your purpose may evolve over time as you grow and life circumstances change. What felt purposeful in your 20s might shift in your 40s or 60s. This evolution is natural and healthy. The key is maintaining awareness of what feels genuinely meaningful in your current season of life and adjusting your path accordingly. Purpose-driven living also means learning to say no to opportunities that don't align with your mission, even if they seem attractive on the surface. This discernment becomes easier when you have clarity about your purpose. You can evaluate choices based on whether they move you closer to or further from your authentic path. Impact flows naturally when you're aligned with your purpose. Rather than striving to make a difference, you simply need to be fully present in living out your calling. Your genuine enthusiasm and dedication will naturally inspire others and create positive change. This organic approach to impact feels sustainable and energizing rather than draining. Purpose isn't about perfection or never making mistakes. It's about showing up authentically day after day, learning from experience and continuing to grow. Your purpose might include helping others learn from your mistakes and challenges as much as from your successes. Finding and living your purpose transforms simple living from a lifestyle choice into a meaningful journey. It adds depth and richness to daily experiences and helps you weather life's inevitable challenges. When you're aligned with your purpose, even ordinary moments take on extraordinary significance as part of your larger mission. This sense of meaning makes it easier to maintain simple living practices because you understand how they support your deeper calling. Expressing creativity. Creativity flows naturally when we simplify our lives and create space for inspiration to flourish. In a world that often values productivity over expression, making time for creative pursuits can feel like a luxury we can't afford. Yet, creativity isn't just about producing art or music. It's an essential aspect of human existence that helps us solve problems, find joy, and connect with our authentic selves. The beauty of creativity and simple living lies in its accessibility. You don't need expensive equipment or formal training to express yourself creatively. Sometimes, the most profound creative expressions come from working with what's readily available. This might mean arranging flowers from your garden, sketching with a basic pencil, or writing stories in a notebook. The emphasis isn't on perfection or competition, but on the pure joy of creation. Simple living naturally nurtures creativity by removing the clutter that often blocks our creative channels. When we're not constantly bombarded by information, obligations, and external pressures, our minds have room to wander, imagine, and create. This mental space allows us to notice subtle inspirations in our daily lives. The play of light on leaves, the rhythm of raindrops, or the unexpected combination of flavors in a home-cooked meal. Innovation in simplicity doesn't mean reinventing the wheel. It means finding new ways to approach ordinary situations. This might manifest as creating unique storage solutions for your minimalist home, developing a signature recipe with few ingredients, or finding creative ways to repurpose items instead of discarding them. These creative problem-solving skills not only enhance our daily lives, but also contribute to a more sustainable lifestyle. The act of creating helps us process emotions, understand ourselves better, and communicate with others in meaningful ways. Whether through writing, painting, cooking, gardening, or any other creative pursuit, we express parts of ourselves that might otherwise remain hidden. This expression becomes even more powerful when we approach it with the mindset of simplicity, focusing on the process rather than the outcome. Creativity in simple living also extends to how we arrange our spaces and structure our days. It's about finding beauty in minimal arrangements, creating functional yet aesthetically pleasing environments, and designing routines that flow naturally. This practical creativity helps us craft lives that feel both efficient and inspiring. One of the most valuable aspects of creative expression is its ability to connect us with others. When we share our creations, whether they're handmade gifts, original recipes, or personal stories, we create bridges of understanding and appreciation. These connections are often deeper and more meaningful because they spring from authentic self-expression rather than commercial exchanges. Making time for creativity doesn't require dramatic life changes. It can be as simple as dedicating a few minutes each day to a creative pursuit you enjoy. The key is consistency and permission to explore without judgment. As you incorporate more creative activities into your simple lifestyle, you'll likely find that creativity begins to infuse other areas of your life naturally. Creative expression is highly personal. What feels creative and fulfilling to one person might not resonate with another. The beauty of combining creativity with simple living is that it encourages you to find and develop your unique voice and style. This might mean experimenting with different forms of expression until you find what feels most natural and enjoyable for you. Through embracing creativity within the context of simple living, we discover that less truly can be more. When we strip away the unnecessary complexities and expectations that often surround creative pursuits, we're left with the pure joy of making something new. This approach to creativity becomes not just an activity, but a way of life, one that enriches our daily experiences and helps us see the world through fresh eyes. Spiritual development. Spirituality forms the cornerstone of a truly simple and meaningful life, transcending religious boundaries and connecting us to something greater than ourselves. In the pursuit of simple living, developing our spiritual side helps us find deeper meaning, cultivate inner peace, and maintain perspective on what truly matters. The journey of spiritual development begins with acknowledging that there's more to life than what meets the eye. This doesn't necessarily mean adhering to organized religion, though many find comfort and guidance in traditional faith practices. Rather, it's about developing a personal understanding of life's bigger questions and our place in the grand scheme of things. Mindful practices serve as powerful tools for spiritual growth. Taking time each day to sit quietly, breathe consciously, and observe our thoughts without judgment creates space for deeper awareness to emerge. This simple act of being present opens doors to profound insights and helps us connect with our inner wisdom. Through regular practice, we begin to notice subtle shifts in our consciousness and a growing sense of peace that pervades our daily activities. Developing a spiritual practice doesn't require elaborate rituals or expensive retreats. It can be as simple as watching the sunrise, taking mindful walks in nature, or spending a few moments in quiet reflection before bed. The key is consistency and sincerity in whatever practice resonates with you. Some find spiritual connection through art, music, or movement, while others discover it in service to others or communion with nature. Questions about meaning and purpose naturally arise as we deepen our spiritual awareness. Instead of seeking quick answers, embrace these questions as part of your journey. Consider what gives your life meaning beyond material success or social status. Reflect on your values and how they align with your actions. This ongoing dialogue with yourself builds a stronger foundation for authentic living and helps clarify what truly matters in your life. Connecting with others on a spiritual level enriches our journey immensely. Sharing experiences, insights, and questions with like-minded individuals creates a supportive environment for growth. This might involve joining a meditation group, participating in meaningful discussions, or simply spending time with people who inspire you to look deeper into life's mysteries. Reading spiritual texts, whether ancient wisdom traditions or contemporary teachings, can provide valuable perspectives and guidance. However, remember that true spiritual development comes from direct experience rather than intellectual understanding alone. Use these teachings as signposts rather than absolute truths, allowing your own inner wisdom to guide your path. Service to others often becomes a natural expression of spiritual growth. As we develop a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us, we feel called to contribute positively to our communities. This might manifest as volunteering, random acts of kindness, or simply being more present and compassionate in our daily interactions. Integration of spiritual awareness into daily life transforms ordinary moments into sacred experiences. Washing dishes becomes an exercise in mindfulness. Daily commutes turn into opportunities for contemplation, and challenges become chances for growth and learning. This shift in perspective helps maintain simplicity by keeping us focused on what truly enriches our lives. Spiritual development is a highly personal journey that unfolds at its own pace. There's no need to force experiences or compare your path to others. Trust that by maintaining an open heart and mind, while staying true to your authentic self, your spiritual life will naturally deepen and evolve. As you continue on your path of simple living, let your spiritual development be a gentle unfolding rather than another item on your to-do list. Allow it to inform all aspects of your life, bringing greater depth, meaning, and joy to your journey of living simply and authentically. Time management. Time is perhaps our most precious resource. Yet in our modern world, we often find ourselves caught in a perpetual rush, trying to squeeze more activities into each passing moment. The art of time management in simple living isn't about maximizing productivity or filling every minute with tasks. It's about creating space for what truly matters and learning to live more fully in the present moment. The first step in mastering time management through simple living is understanding that busy doesn't equal important. Many of us wear our packed schedules like badges of honor, equating a full calendar with a meaningful life. However, true fulfillment often comes from having the space to breathe, think, and simply be. By carefully examining our daily activities and commitments, we can begin to identify what genuinely adds value to our lives and what merely creates noise. Prioritizing what matters requires honest self-reflection. Consider your core values and life goals. Does your current use of time align with these priorities? For instance, if family relationships are paramount, yet work consistently consumes your evenings and weekends, there's a disconnect that needs addressing. Simple living advocates for intentional choices about how we spend our time, ensuring our daily activities reflect our deepest values. Creating space in our lives involves the deliberate practice of saying no. This doesn't mean becoming a hermit or avoiding all social commitments. Rather, it's about being selective with our commitments and understanding that every yes to one thing is inherently a no to something else. When we decline non-essential commitments, we create room for activities that truly enrich our lives, whether that's quality time with loved ones, pursuing a passion project, or simply enjoying moments of solitude. Technology plays a significant role in modern time management. While digital tools can enhance our efficiency, they can also become sources of distraction and time waste. Simple living encourages a mindful approach to technology use. This might mean designating specific times for checking emails and social media, using airplane mode during focused work or family time, or choosing analog methods for certain tasks to avoid digital distractions. Living in the present moment is perhaps the most crucial aspect of time management in simple living. Often, we rush through our days thinking about what's next, rather than fully experiencing what's happening now. This constant forward thinking can rob us of the joy and meaning found in ordinary moments. By practicing mindfulness and presence, we can transform routine activities into opportunities for engagement and appreciation. Routine and rhythm play important roles in effective time management. Rather than rigidly scheduling every moment, simple living advocates for creating natural rhythms that support our well-being. This might include morning rituals that set a positive tone for the day, regular meal times that bring family together, or evening practices that promote restful sleep. These rhythms provide structure while maintaining flexibility for life's natural ebb and flow. Another essential aspect is recognizing the value of white space in our schedules. Just as a piece of music needs rest between notes to create melody, our lives need periods of unstructured time to allow for spontaneity, creativity, and recovery. These moments of pause aren't wasted time. They're essential for processing experiences, generating new ideas, and maintaining emotional balance. Time management in simple living also involves accepting that we can't do everything. Instead of trying to fit more into each day, we focus on doing fewer things with greater attention and care. This might mean taking longer to complete tasks, but the result is often higher quality work and more meaningful experiences. By approaching time management through the lens of simple living, we shift from trying to control time to working in harmony with it. We learn to value quality over quantity, presence over productivity, and meaning over busyness. This transformed relationship with time leads to a more peaceful, fulfilling life where we're no longer racing against the clock, but flowing with the natural rhythm of our days. Embracing laughter. In our quest for a simpler life, we often overlook one of the most powerful tools at our disposal: laughter. The ability to find joy and humor in everyday situations not only lightens our emotional load, but also helps us maintain perspective on what truly matters. When we embrace laughter, we create space for lightness and spontaneity in our lives, which naturally aligns with the principles of simple living. Humor serves as a gentle reminder not to take ourselves too seriously. In a world that often demands perfection and constant achievement, allowing ourselves to laugh at our own mistakes and quirks creates a more forgiving and enjoyable journey. Simple living isn't about achieving an ideal state of minimalism or following strict rules. It's about finding joy in the ordinary moments and letting go of unnecessary tension. Consider the simple act of decluttering a closet. Instead of approaching it as a serious, daunting task, we can choose to find humor in the outdated fashion choices we've held onto or the ridiculous number of identical items we've accumulated. This shift in perspective transforms what could be a stressful experience into an opportunity for lighthearted self-discovery. The beauty of incorporating humor into simple living lies in its accessibility. Laughter requires no special equipment, expense, or training. It's a natural human response that brings immediate benefits to our physical and mental well-being. When we laugh, our bodies release endorphins, reduce stress hormones, and boost our immune system. These physiological changes support our journey toward a simpler, healthier lifestyle. Creating opportunities for laughter in daily life doesn't require elaborate planning. It might mean sharing funny stories with friends over a simple meal, watching a comedy show instead of scrolling through social media, or simply allowing yourself to be playful in ordinary situations. Even mundane tasks like washing dishes or folding laundry can become more enjoyable when approached with a light heart and an eye for the absurd. Children naturally understand the value of laughter and play. Observing how they find joy in simple things, a cardboard box becoming a spaceship or a pile of leaves transforming into a magical forest, reminds us that imagination and humor can turn ordinary moments into adventures. By reconnecting with this childlike ability to find fun in simplicity, we enrich our lives without adding complexity. Sharing laughter with others strengthens our connections and creates memorable experiences without the need for elaborate plans or expensive activities. A simple game night with friends, complete with inevitable mishaps and inside jokes, often creates more lasting happiness than a carefully orchestrated formal event. These genuine moments of shared mirth build communities and support networks that align with simple living principles. Humor also serves as an excellent coping mechanism when facing life's challenges. When we can laugh at difficult situations, we demonstrate resilience and maintain perspective. This doesn't mean making light of serious issues, but rather finding ways to maintain joy even when circumstances are less than ideal. A well-timed joke or the ability to see the funny side of a frustrating situation can prevent us from becoming overwhelmed by life's complexities. Living simply doesn't mean living without joy. Quite the opposite. By embracing laughter, we add richness to our lives without accumulating material possessions or complicated obligations. We learn to find entertainment in everyday situations, to create our own fun, and to share light moments with others. This approach naturally supports the principles of simple living by showing us that the best things in life, like laughter, are indeed free. As we continue our journey towards simpler living, let's remember to make space for playfulness and humor. Let's celebrate the perfectly imperfect nature of life and find joy in the small moments. By embracing laughter, we not only enhance our own experience, but also create an atmosphere of lightness that encourages others to join us in the pursuit of a simpler, more joyful existence. Cherishing memories. In our fast-paced world, memories serve as anchors that ground us to what truly matters. They are the threads that weave together the tapestry of our lives, creating a rich narrative that defines who we are and what we value. The art of cherishing memories goes beyond mere recollection. It's about intentionally creating, preserving, and sharing the moments that shape our journey through life. Creating meaningful traditions plays a vital role in memory making. These repeated rituals, whether daily, weekly, or yearly, provide a sense of continuity and belonging. They might be as simple as a Sunday morning breakfast with loved ones, a monthly hiking expedition, or an annual family gathering. The beauty of traditions lies in their ability to create anticipation and joy while building layers of shared experiences that strengthen bonds between people. When we establish traditions, we're not just planning activities. We're crafting opportunities for connection and meaning. Consider the power of a bedtime story ritual with children, where the same beloved books are read repeatedly, creating not just memories but also a sense of security and love. Or think about the significance of preparing traditional family recipes, where the act of cooking becomes a bridge between generations, passing down not just ingredients and methods, but also stories and values. The preservation of memories requires mindful attention and effort. In our digital age, we have countless tools at our disposal: photographs, videos, journals, and social media platforms. However, the key lies not in the quantity of documentation, but in the quality of presence during the moments we wish to preserve. Being fully present allows us to absorb the details that make memories rich and meaningful: the sound of laughter, the smell of morning coffee, the feeling of sand between our toes, or the warmth of a shared embrace. Writing down our experiences adds another dimension to memory preservation. A simple journal entry can capture not just events, but also emotions, thoughts, and reflections that might otherwise fade with time. These written accounts become treasures for future reflection and sharing, allowing us to revisit moments of joy, growth, and even challenge with newfound perspective. Building a legacy through memories involves more than personal recollection. It's about creating a narrative that can be shared and passed down. This might involve organizing family photos into albums with detailed captions, recording voice memos of important stories, or creating memory boxes filled with significant items and their accompanying tales. These tangible connections to the past become invaluable gifts for future generations, helping them understand their roots and the values that shape their family. The practice of memory keeping also encourages gratitude and perspective. When we regularly reflect on and celebrate our experiences, we develop a deeper appreciation for life's journey. Even seemingly ordinary moments can take on special significance when we recognize them as part of our unique story. A simple walk in the park, a shared meal with friends, or a quiet evening at home. These everyday experiences contribute to the richness of our lives when we approach them with awareness and appreciation. Technology can be a powerful ally in memory preservation when used mindfully. Creating digital archives of photos and videos, recording oral histories, or maintaining a blog can help organize and protect our memories for the future. However, it's essential to balance digital documentation with authentic experience, ensuring that we're not so focused on capturing moments that we forget to live them fully. The art of cherishing memories also involves letting go of perfectionism. Not every moment needs to be documented, and not every tradition needs to be perfectly executed. Sometimes, the most cherished memories arise from imperfect moments. The holiday dinner that didn't go as planned but led to shared laughter, or the rainy day that forced a change of plans but created an unexpected adventure. Through intentional memory, making and preservation, we create a legacy that extends beyond material possessions. We build a treasury of experiences, values, and connections that can inspire and guide future generations. These cherished memories become touchstones of wisdom and joy, reminding us of what matters most in our journey toward a simpler, more meaningful life. Living authentically. Living authentically is perhaps one of the most profound yet challenging aspects of embracing simple living. In a world that constantly bombards us with expectations, societal norms, and predetermined paths, choosing to live true to ourselves requires both courage and conviction. The journey toward authentic living begins with a fundamental question. Who are you when no one is watching? Authenticity stems from a deep understanding of your values, desires, and personal truth. It's about peeling away the layers of conditioning that society, family, and even we ourselves have created over the years. These layers often manifest as the should-dos, must-haves, and supposed, to best that govern our decisions without us even realizing it. Breaking free from these expectations doesn't mean rejecting all societal norms, but rather consciously choosing which ones align with your authentic self. The path to authentic living often begins with small steps. It might start with speaking your truth in situations where you'd normally stay silent or choosing to pursue a passion that others might consider impractical. Each authentic choice builds upon the last, creating a foundation of self-trust and personal integrity. This foundation becomes the bedrock upon which you can build a life that truly reflects who you are. One of the most significant barriers to authentic living is the fear of judgment. We often compromise our authenticity to fit in, to be accepted, or to avoid conflict. However, the cost of this compromise is often our own happiness and fulfillment. When we consistently choose to live according to others' expectations, we slowly lose touch with our own desires and dreams. The magic of simple living lies in its ability to strip away these external pressures and return us to our authentic selves. Creating your own path requires courage and persistence. It means being willing to stand alone sometimes, to make choices that others might not understand, and to trust your inner guidance even when the way forward isn't clear. This might mean choosing a career that brings you joy rather than prestige, living in a smaller home because it better suits your lifestyle, or pursuing unconventional relationships that honor your values. The beauty of authentic living is that it naturally aligns with the principles of simple living. When you're true to yourself, you naturally gravitate toward what genuinely matters to you, automatically simplifying your life by eliminating what doesn't serve your authentic path. This might mean letting go of relationships that no longer resonate with your values, decluttering possessions that don't reflect your true preferences, or abandoning pursuits that were chosen to impress others rather than fulfill yourself. Authentic living also requires regular self-reflection and adjustment. As you grow and evolve, your authentic expression may change. What felt true 5 years ago might not resonate today, and that's perfectly normal. The key is maintaining an open dialogue with yourself and being willing to adjust your path as your authentic self evolves. Living authentically doesn't mean being perfect or having everything figured out. Instead, it means being honest about your journey, including your doubts, fears, and mistakes. It means embracing your uniqueness and allowing yourself to be seen, even when it feels vulnerable. When you live authentically, you give others permission to do the same, creating a ripple effect that can transform communities and relationships. The rewards of authentic living are profound. When your outer life aligns with your inner truth, you experience a sense of peace and contentment that no external achievement can match. You find yourself naturally attracting people and opportunities that resonate with your authentic self, and life begins to flow with more ease and grace. This alignment is the essence of simple living, not because it's always easy, but because it's true. Authentic living is a journey, not a destination. Each day presents new opportunities to choose authenticity over conformity, truth over convenience, and personal integrity over external validation. These choices, though sometimes challenging, lead to a life that is uniquely and beautifully your own. The complete, simple life. Living simply is not about reaching a final destination, but rather embracing a continuous journey of conscious choices and mindful living. As we bring together all the elements explored throughout this book, we can see how they weave into a tapestry of meaningful existence. The complete simple life emerges when we integrate our inner peace, authentic relationships, purposeful actions, and joyful moments into a harmonious whole. The foundation of a complete simple life rests on understanding that simplicity doesn't mean deprivation or isolation. Instead, it represents a deliberate choice to focus on what truly matters while releasing what doesn't serve our highest good. This might mean different things for different people. For some, it's living in a tiny house surrounded by nature, while for others, it's maintaining a minimalist apartment in the city while pursuing meaningful work. Creating your simple living plan starts with honest self-reflection. Consider the aspects of your life that bring you genuine joy and fulfillment. These elements become the cornerstones of your simplified existence. Perhaps it's spending quality time with family, pursuing creative projects, connecting with nature, or contributing to your community. Whatever these key areas are, they deserve your primary attention and energy. The beauty of a complete simple life lies in its flexibility and adaptability. As you progress on your journey, you'll discover that simplicity naturally extends into all areas of your existence. Your home becomes a sanctuary of peace, rather than a storage space for unnecessary possessions. Your schedule opens up as you learn to say no to commitments that don't align with your values. Your relationships deepen as you invest time and energy in meaningful connections rather than superficial networking. Technology and modern conveniences can either support or hinder your simple living journey. The key is mindful usage. Choose tools and systems that genuinely enhance your life while being willing to disconnect from those that create unnecessary complexity or distraction. This might mean using a simple paper planner instead of multiple digital apps, or designating specific times for social media rather than constant connectivity. Financial simplicity plays a crucial role in the complete simple life. This doesn't necessarily mean living in poverty or rejecting all material comforts. Rather, it involves making conscious choices about how you earn, spend, and save money. When your financial decisions align with your values and support your chosen lifestyle, money becomes a tool for freedom rather than a source of stress. The complete simple life also embraces the natural rhythms of existence, both in nature and in our own lives. This means accepting that there are seasons of activity and rest, growth and consolidation, social engagement and solitude. Working with these rhythms, rather than against them, creates a sense of flow and ease in daily living. As you move forward on your simple living journey, remember that perfection is not the goal. There will be times when life feels complicated or when you temporarily step away from your simple living ideals. These moments are not failures, but opportunities for learning and refinement of your approach. The complete simple life is ultimately about creating space, physical, mental, and emotional space, for what matters most. It's about designing days that reflect your values and priorities while remaining open to the wonder and spontaneity of life. When you achieve this balance, you'll find that simplicity becomes not just a lifestyle choice, but a natural expression of who you are. Moving forward, continue to refine and adjust your approach to simple living. Let your journey be guided by authenticity, mindfulness, and joy. Each small choice towards simplicity contributes to the larger tapestry of a life well lived. Your version of the complete simple life will be uniquely yours, reflecting your values, circumstances, and aspirations while remaining grounded in the timeless principles of mindful, purposeful living.